What is the SEO hack that works so well for you but few people know about? This is a question posed on the search engine optimization subreddit. I'm going to share a few of the answers. The top one, the number one quote unquote SEO hack that few people know about, and I actually kind of lulled at this, is get Google reviews from happy customers. Honestly, it works better than anything else. And I lulled because everybody knows about it. However, the second comment, the comment on this, is 100% for local SEO. I have a client who can't help himself but be a complete dick on the phone. He has completely tarnished his Google Maps rating. We used to be able to rank in the top between positions 1 and 3. He now ranks on page 2. I've done audit after audit, and we have concluded it is his Maps reviews. So bad reviews on Google Maps, way worse than a lot of people realize. Get great Google Maps reviews. Have your friends leave you good reviews. Have your family leave you good reviews. Have the weird stranger on the street take out his phone and just be like, hey, I'm going to write myself a nice review really fast with your phone. I hope you don't mind. Get those good reviews. Oh, and don't forget, Google reviews from happy customers are great, but reviews with keywords from the customer is gold. And if they include a picture, it's even better. It's okay to coach your customers on what to say, to include the name of the business, the city, and even the product or service purchased. It's perfectly acceptable for you to respond to the review by saying, thank you for supporting ABC Business in any town state, versus just a standard thanks for the review. Google's job is simple, to answer your question and or solve your problem. Reviews help. Don't underestimate their strength. By the way, there are some bleed over effects with how a good ranking Google Business Profile affects just normal rankings on Google. Because when you rank highly on Google Maps, you get more traffic. And that traffic leads to better engagement, sometimes leads to backlinks. So they all play into one another. In fact, someone says right here, positive Google reviews is one of the best ways to generate traffic, which should improve rankings. All right, I really liked this next one. This guy says, I'm a developer, not an SEO person, but with every project I do quite a bit of on-site work. We can generally squeeze 20 to 30% uptick just from that. Taxonomies on large e-commerce sites. Finding tags for what people search for and creating landing pages for it gives quite a high boost. Let's say you have Levi's in your store. Creating tags like Levi's jeans, Levi's jumper, etc. Also, other ones not brand related like white dresses, dresses/sale, etc. It's hard to get right and not be spammy, but it's driving a lot of traffic. I actually think it's very easy to get right, and I'm adding a section. I'm literally in the process of adding a section about just this, 2 compact keywords, my SEO program, compactkeywords.com. And the section is, if you have multiple SKUs, you can create. So there's like a normal standard bottom of funnel SEO landing page format that works for services businesses, local businesses, works for SaaS, for software as a service, works for single products, just physical products, works for so many different things. However, the one thing that it's harder with is if you have multiple SKUs, if you have multiple items. And so I'm creating just a section on what do you do if you have multiple SKUs. And I'll tell you right now, it's kind of the same. You have a keyword that you're targeting. You target that keyword with the page title, the URL slug, the meta description, the H1, and the beginning of the first sentence. You have 2 to 3 sentences at the top of the page. Again, beginning of the first sentence has a keyword in it. And then underneath those 2 to 3 sentences, you have your SKUs, you have your items. And then underneath your items, you have a bit more information, some more writing on why you are doing this keyword really well. So for example, maybe you're targeting a keyword like flame retardant gloves with a nice pattern. I don't know. I'm literally coming up with a stupid keyword off the top of my head. I'm just coming up with a dumb keyword. But you would have that keyword and you would target that keyword. And then any item that falls within that category, it's going to be listed on that page. You're going to target the keyword in the places that I just told you, have 2 to 3 sentences introducing your items. And then underneath the items, you are going to say why your brand does flame retardant gloves with nice patterns so much better than anybody else, or why it's done so well, why it's taken really seriously. And this is an opportunity to add in to do basically entity SEO. and to make your page a lot more relevant to the keyword. However, the most important thing, and the principle is always the same, whatever the page is, whatever the intent is, whatever it is, the principle is always the same. In the above the fold content, before people start scrolling, the searchers need to know that this specific page is for them. And right away, they need to feel that this is going to answer their query. So the easiest way to do that, if you have multiple SKUs, target the keyword with the places that I just told you, and then people see the items that they're looking for right away under the 2 to 3 sentences of introductory text. All right, next one. This one's great. Okay, here we go. One overlooked SEO. Just listen to the end. Just listen to the end. One overlooked SEO tip is something that most people think doesn't work, but it has helped my sites rank very well for years. Take the keywords you want to rank for and repeat them over and over in large text blocks. Then make sure that text is colored the same as its background. Doing this both bulks up your content and provides relevant contextual text. I can't believe how well this technique works for ranking web pages. Just note that this advice is completely designed to assist AI overviews, so I hope others will back me up on this fantastic SEO tip. And then the comments under this, wow, game-changing tip right here. OP, listen to this person. Oh my God, thank you, this totally worked. I have been using this since 2005, and I still don't know why people ignore this tip. I am angry at the commenter for giving it away. But it's such a huge tip that gatekeeping also feels wrong. Can't wait to see this appear as a featured snippet. I can confirm this works. A little extra tip, black background, white text, then with the CSS recolor, the text black with the important tag. All right, this guy was totally trolling. And then basically 10 comments underneath this person just backed up this troll. And finally, you have a person at the end who goes, you are like the most amazing troll ever. And that comment gets tons of upvotes. But basically, this is a combination of keyword stuffing, which is really bad, and hidden text or cloaking, which is also not good. And that just, first of all, keyword stuffing happens all the time by accident, and it is something really to avoid. It is so bad. If you want to test your pages for keyword stuffing, just use the Moz on page grader. Its algorithms are actually pretty good if you don't know what to look for yourself. But really, you just need the keyword in the places that I told you. And then you can have slight variations or big variations of it throughout the rest of your page. And your page, honestly, to rank for keywords nowadays doesn't need to be that long. Depending on the keyword, 400 to 500 words, typically enough. But yeah, don't do the cloaking. It's not going to work. And try to avoid keyword stuffing. But that was a funny troll. This is the last one that I'm going to share. Honestly, I've had so much great content this week. If you haven't listened to Barry Schwartz, the founder of Search Engine Roundtable, on the podcast a few days ago, completely worthwhile listening to. And yesterday, I had on Matt Diamante, Hey Tony on Instagram, who's also a very big name in SEO. And with the Google March Core algorithm update rollout, it's been a crazy week. But this is the last one in this thread, and I really like this one. Really understanding how your target audience searches. Someone with a high school education compared to someone with a master's degree will have very different search syntax when searching for the same thing, leading to different results. For example, when searching about Puffy and his charges, someone with a high school education may search, is Puffy going to jail? Someone with a master's degree may search, has Puffy been formally charged? The first result leads me to a bunch of gossip like YouTube videos, and the second shows a thoughtful article from The Independent. Same story, essentially. Also, children and seniors search wildly different from the 25 to 54 demo as well. Reading up and understanding the origins of how humans search from library science research as people searched through card catalogs before computers really helped me early on. That's interesting. Reading up on and understanding the origins of how humans search from library science research as people search through card catalogs before computers really helped me early on. But the principle, and I talked about this with Matt Diamante yesterday, is so few people, number one, so few people actually target a keyword. That's just like have a keyword, target it with your page, put it in your page title, meta description, URL slug, H1 beginning of the first sentence. Done. And then actually think, what is the intent behind that keyword? Who is searching this keyword and what are they hoping to get? so few people actually do that. And oh my gosh, if you do those two things, you actually target a keyword like I just described to you, and then you actually think about the intent or what is happening behind that keyword, who was searching it, what do they want? That's the Pareto of SEO. As long as you have defensive SEO worked out, as long as your site isn't technically a mess and it can be crawled and parsed and all these things, that right there is 80% of getting results with SEO. Please do those things. Anyway, these aren't really SEO hacks, but surprisingly, very few people actually know about these things. I don't know, it's kind of a hack. When you actually put the keywords in the places that I just described and actually think about intent and make sure that your above the fold section matches intent, it does work so well that it is kind of like a hack because so few people actually do it. There are some other tricks about knowing what keywords to go after, but oh my gosh, those things are so important. If you want to just have a ground up SEO plan where you're going after keywords that get purchases, keywords that sell and that aren't competitive, and that you can go and target right now with 400 to 500 word pages and get the format that I use to put up these pages, how they look. You can check out compactkeywords.com. That is all that I got for episode 625 of my daily digital marketing podcast. Episode 625 of The Edward Show. Can you believe it? 625. I am watching the sun set in front of me. Actually, it set like 10 minutes ago as I was recording this. But you know what? It's going to be a beautiful Friday evening. I hope you have a beautiful Friday evening too. Thank you so much. If you watch this on YouTube, please do those things. Subscribe, like, comment, all those things. Please, thank you. And if you listened on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, hey, please do the same thing as well. But either way, you know what? I just thank you for listening and for being a listener and for being here with me on such a lovely evening. I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye now.